Hello and welcome to another episode of Sevtech Ages. So here we are back in the Twilight Forest, and behind me is a huge mount. If you want to check on the minimap, let me hold it closer. It looks like that. The other ones are small mounts. There are like three versions: small, mediums, and large. And I'm here to collect one thing for today's episode. So today's episode goal is to craft a creative flight. Is the this one the mantle of stars? But to get to that, we need to upgrade a bunch of stuff. We need to craft the attunement altar. We need to upgrade our altar and all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, why am I here? I'm here because inside this mount there's actually iron ore, the vanilla iron ore, which you can actually place, and that's gonna be later used for transmutation when we get our collector crystals. So I'm gonna put the cave illuminator here, and it's gonna light up everything below us. And let's go inside and collect some iron ore. I just wanted to show you that. So there should be an entrance somewhere around here. Yeah, here's a creeper spawner. Oh, I don't like how this looks. Hopefully I don't need to break any of these spawners because they're gonna be dealt with. Let me get my... What is hitting me? Oh, it's a ghost. It's a bit laggy because of the lights, feels like, or maybe because there are just too many mobs here. But anyways, let me deal with these guys. They're hitting me a lot. Let me get my shields. And here at the top somewhere you should see there's iron ore. So you should be able to just break it with your pickaxe and you're gonna get iron ore, and that's what we're gonna use for later. So I'm gonna collect a bunch of them and I'll catch you guys back at the base where we're gonna do some more astral sorcery progressions. Anyways, see you there. Another thing I want to show you guys before we go back to base, as you see behind me there are these crocodiles. They're called lurkers and they drop their skin if you kill them. Here I collected a bunch of them because the animals here do fight between each other, so they've been fighting a lot, and I collected a bunch of skin. And with this you can actually craft something pretty useful, which is the lurker skin pouch, just like this. And as you see, this is the basic one, 9 inventory slots. Now you can upgrade them, so just like this you can keep putting lurker skin pouches surrounding like that when upgrading inventory. I don't recall, I think 36 is the max. Yeah, so I have some left over which I'm gonna leave over here with my stuff, and then you can open your inventory and equip it. You have to keybind it on your options to actually equip it, and then set a key to the inventory. But now I have an extra inventory slot here aside from my own backpack, which is just a tip I wanted to give you. Anyways, let's get back to astral sorcery. And here we are back at our astral sorcery temple. As you can see, I've been busy collecting liquid starlight, and I've been growing a lot of crystals, and I managed to multiply them. I only had 2 at the start and managed to multiply them quite a lot. And here's another one that grew. Sadly we didn't get them multiplied, but I did get a few good crystals here. As you can see, there's a 97, a 98, and a 94, which I'm gonna be using this 98 later on. But first we need to craft a few things. First let me get my wand. It's down here. It's here. We need some illumination powder and also the nocturnal powder. Yeah. We're gonna have to craft 3 of the star metal ore, 2 of them for the attunement altar and 1 of them for the starlight infuser. So let's get these ones ready. Should have enough starlight up here to craft these at these, even though it's time of day, but we're gonna need to upgrade the crafting altar soon enough. So let me craft a few of these. Not all of them. I need I don't know exactly how many I need. I need 3 recipes of those. So 3 lapis in the middle, just here, just double checking everything. 3 here and 3 black dye powder. So that's gonna give us 12 for everything. And as you can see, as the sun is setting, we're getting everything back. Now we should be able to craft this. Did I bring the iron metal? I don't think I brought the iron ingots. Anyways, we can actually do something else that is important before we do that. Anyways, this is the upgrade, so we can do it now. I had to wait for nighttime. So while it's upgrading, I'm gonna go back, go down and get the iron ore, and then later actually build the structure we need around it. And there it is, the new improved altar. And as you can see, we have a much larger pool of of starlight, I mean. Anyways, here's the recipe for the star metal ingot. Nothing new, but expensive as hell. Hopefully this is the last time we're gonna have to craft this recipe, because soon we're gonna have transmutation. Now before we get the starlight infuser, we're gonna need the attunement altar, which is the next on the list to craft. Okay, we need to craft it one more. So here are our first 2. And lastly, here's for the infuser. So we need a few things from here. Yeah, 4 of these. I have these. Rune marble, sword star metal. Now, what else am I missing? So we need to make a spectral relay, which I need some wood for that. I'm always missing something, am I not? I'm really bad at preparing for these episodes. I try to be as dynamic as possible. We're actually gonna need to craft a few of those. That's why I have a bunch of gold nuggets here. And some glass panes. And what else do I need for it? And marble. Any marble will do. Let's get our spectral relay. Oh, we need a lens first, which should be like this. There's not gonna be enough for all we need, because we're gonna need a bunch of those for the attunement altar as well, so I'm gonna take some time to actually craft those, but these should be enough for us to get to. Let me actually craft 2 more here already, since I have the materials. And lastly but not leastly, okay, I need 1 crystal. And it will do. Or attunement altar. Let's get this going. And now you get the fancy particle effects, which are really cool. That was faster than I expected. Anyways, let's get it. Need one piece of sooty marble to actually complete the structure. And place it there. Now, as confirmation of being complete, you should have all these particles around your structure. Now, I think we can we craft a starlight infuser already? Yeah, we can actually. Okay, you just need a few bits and bobs, but let's do it. When am I missing exactly? 2 gold ingots. We put this back. 2 of these, and I need buckets. Got the starlight. Let me just grab one of these. Oh, does it have to be iron buckets? Let me first get these engraved ones. Okay, so it doesn't seem to accept the samurai bucket, so I'm gonna have to go down, actually craft a metal bucket. Here's another good one, 96%. I keep them separate. Okay, so what can we actually craft here? I just need a bunch of spectral relays, really. So let me go and do a bunch of stuff, and I'll show you guys in a minute. As you saw in the little montage, here is the starlight infuser altar. You do need a lapis block in the middle, and you do need a bunch of liquid starlight in the corners. Now let's actually craft the starlight infuser. I should have everything. Just hit it and let it rumble. There we go. The starlight infuser. Just put it here. Now what you can do with it, it's infuse items, like for example aquamarine. You can turn it into, you have to hit it as well to activate, to make a resonant gem, and it has a chance to actually drain one of these side things. The liquid starlight, like as you saw, it drained one there. And these resonating gems are gonna need it for a bunch of recipes, as you can see, and we're also gonna need it for the mental stars and the collecting crystals. So I'm gonna make 4 of these. The annoying part here is actually refilling the... Oh, you actually didn't use my bucket this time. Cool. Refilling the starlight altar. No, I'm not sure which one it is. I always suggest you to try draining one first to make sure, because it's not really clear where it is at. Anyways, let's make 4 of these. And also you can the lens, as you can see on the starlight infuser, you can turn 1 glass pane into 1 glass lens, so that should be much cheaper. That's 2. I'm carrying really bad luck here. It drained the same one again, so I'm gonna have to probably collect a bunch of more starlight because mine is running out. But hopefully we get enough to actually enough for the crystal, and it has a bunch of nice graphics. This mod is really aesthetic and I really like it. Plus it has a bunch of useful stuff. Let's see, it didn't appear to be draining anything that time, so we can craft our last one. And we should have almost everything. I might need illumination powder, which on the next stage. One thing to keep in note is that all this stuff that I'm doing is much easier on age 4, because you can actually get stardust via the altar as well, so that's the plus side of it. But I'm trying to actually complete things here. I'm getting stuck on. So yeah, it drained one more. So anyways, for the collector crystals, right, you can check all the things we need. I need to make more illumination powder. I need to check if I have enough stardust. We should have enough stardust. After this, stardust production is gonna be super easy, but you do need an attuned crystal, and for that we need to make a bunch of things. Like for example, I'm gonna show you. If you come here at the attunement altar, get your Astral book out, take your pages for what you want to attune to. In our case is gonna be Visio, which is for the cape and everything. Each constellation has a different use for it, but as you can see, when I'm holding the paper, is lighting up on this, here on the ground, and here is where you're gonna have to put these spectral relays. So my suggestion, put it on your offhand so you can actually see it. Anyways, I need to go make more relays, and I'll get you to put around here, and I'll get back to you guys in a second. And here, as you can see, we can turn glass panes into glass lens in the Starlight Infuser. So here I crafted all the glass lens. We should be able to get a bunch of spectral relays. That should be enough for 10. Just hit it. I don't know if it's gonna craft it all at once. No, probably have to hit it multiple times. That's okay. Just crafting 2 at a time. And there you go, we have 10 of them. Now put my constellation paper on the offhand. Does it show during the day? I don't think so. Yeah, the only downside of Astral Sorcery really is that you have to do a lot of work during the night, so I'm gonna hold on to those to do during the night. There's another thing I have to show you before we actually get the thing. So remember those crystals I saved up with a bunch of purity? So now is the time to actually perfect the crystal. So differently from growing crystals where you throw your stardust and your crystal into a pool of starlight, you actually have to just throw this crystal itself. Now you see size and cutting. Now size is how we're gonna grow this crystal. You want to get the max stats as much as you can. So I'm gonna keep collecting starlight here, and I throw just the crystal itself alone, and it's gonna slowly absorb the liquid starlight, and it's gonna increase its size. Now after a while, you're gonna see here it's gonna take a bit. It's gonna take a bit to absorb the liquid starlight, but it is gonna increase the size. Now what's the difference between the celestial crystals and the rock crystals? Well, not much, but the rock crystals have half the size limit. I think they can grow to 400 maybe, and the celestial crystals I believe is 600 or something like that. I don't recall the numbers exactly, but you can use them for the same purpose. As you can see here, yeah, collector crystals, the white ones are 400 size, and the celestial crystals are actually 900, so they're much bigger than I remembered. So you want to collect. As you see, this crystal has a really small size, so I'm just gonna take multiple iterations of these, throwing them into starlight to actually grow them. So reserve some time to actually do that. But yeah, after you're growing them like next to max size, you're gonna want to make these grindstone. And with the grindstone, that's how you increase the cutting. So you put it, right click it a few times, and it's gonna grind it out. Then you shift right click to remove it, and as you can see, the cutting has increased on this one. But when you do this, it does decrease the size by a bit. So you have to juggle until you get 100% cutting, and then you grow and then you throw it back on the water so it increases the size again. So we're gonna do that slowly but surely, not with these crystals, but I just wanted to show you because this one is gonna take a while to reach 900. I'm gonna have to do a lot of iterations here. But yeah, I think soon we should be able to, here we go, put it on the next one. And here we can check our pages and get our spectral relays ready to go. We're also gonna need to upgrade the celestial altar again, so that's the next thing I have to do. But I wanted to get the crystal first before that, so everything becomes cheaper. Now the attunement altar only works whenever the constellations is on the sky, and you have to check that on your constellation paper. If you put it back on the book, let's put it back. Did I get everything correct? Let me double check if I didn't miss anything. No, you're here. It should yeah, it should be everything be correct. And anyways, maybe it's unlucky and the visual constellation is not out yet, but what can you do? Let me put this page back on here, shift right click, put it back, and if you check on constellations here on the tab for visual, this is what the moon faces when it's actually out. So right now, where's the moon? So yeah, it's like that. And as you can see, wait, it should be out. Maybe it just takes time to actually process that it's correct and functioning. I don't know if this one needs to be removed. I'm gonna remove it. Oh, by the way, when you throw the celestial crystals, they shouldn't despawn. They should be always on the world. So don't worry if you leave them for absorbing liquid starlight. They won't despawn. Let me keep an eye out here. And yeah, and the next step after the collector crystal, after we do this, which we just need to attune the crystal, we're gonna need to actually do the iridescent altar, which is not really that hard, but yeah, we just need some resonating gems, some sooty marbles, and then that should be the last upgrade, so we can actually start crafting the mental stars. So this might be a longer episode. Anyways, I'm gonna grow this crystal for a bit more, and I'll catch you guys back when I'm done. So here it is. Visio finally came into the night sky, and now the attunement altar is working. This is how it looks. It shows the constellation and it glows like that. Now I have my fully grown crystal here, and this is the one that's going to be turned into a collector. I'm just gonna throw it there and let it do its thing. Now I'm gonna need 2 crystals of these, actually, one to be turned into a collector crystal, and one to actually put it on the iridescent altar. I'm gonna show you later. So let me grab it real quick. It should be fully grown soon. I do want to try maybe growing it a bit more. It doesn't really matter the stats, but since I'm doing it, I might as well do it. And I'm gonna throw myself in it because it actually caught me when I want to get the crystal. Now, attuning yourself to different constellations, each one has a different skill tree and different effects. I don't recall exactly what Visio does. I might as well do it since I'm here. And there is an item that allows you to reset your attunement, so you can choose something else. I usually recommend Armara, which is the protective one, which is useful for armor and stuff, so I might change it later if I don't really like the skills from this shield. Now, can I see the skills here on Astral Tome? Yeah, here in perks. So this one is actually using the updated skill tree, which is interesting because now everything changes. So yeah, I have to find what is the skill that lets me fly it using Visio. So that throws a bit of a range in my plans. We're gonna have to level up everything. I might have to restart my attunement, and each one has a different way of actually leveling up. Like Armara is taking damage, and Evita's is doing other things, and maybe Visio is walking around. It should say in there in the Astral Tome. If I check perks here, yeah, gain experience by traveling the world. So this one is just for moving around. You get experience, and it has to do with movement speeds. Yeah, speed in general. So it might not be a bad idea. I need to check where is the perk. Yeah, the visual mental now grants flight instead of electric gliding. So I have a lot of leveling to do to get to there, but I'm working on the visual things already. So that's good to know. It does change a bit of how I'm gonna have to do things. Anyways, let's get this collector crystal going, shall we? I want this one. 900, 98% purity, 100% cutting. That should be what we need. And let's do it. And there is the collector crystal. Now let me put it around here. You should start collecting stuff. And I already crafted the linking to. Now I should be able to right click it and right click the altar, and it's gonna shoot, and it's gonna give a super boost of starlight. It should work even during the day. Now there is a structure which I'm gonna build later between episodes. There's a structure which boosts the collector crystal even more, but what we're here to do actually is transforming iron ore into star metal ingot. So I can take the linking to and link it, and as you see, it turns it into star metal ore. Now you should be able to do, since it's a very good crystal, should be able to do multiple at once. And this is a much cheaper way to actually collecting things. It appears I'm gonna have to upgrade my pickaxe to actually do this, so maybe that wasn't such a good idea. I'm gonna have to check what pickaxe level I need, if it's over diamond. So we might need to go to the Twilight Forest without creative flight, as it seems it's gonna take a while to actually get there. Anyways, before we end the episode, let's upgrade our crafting altar here, celestial altar. I want to end the episode at least with the Visio mantle, so I can show you guys some things, and we're slowly gonna level up our things. Like, as you can see, Here we have 3 points already. So I'm gonna slowly upgrade things. Gonna get these attack speed maybe. I could go straight for the visual metal, but I want to take some useful skills. Most of these add running movement speed, but this one, for example, adds attacking speed, so that's very useful. And on the next episode, we're probably gonna level up even more. So here's our iridescent altar. Now I only need to upgrade the structure. Let's see, in here in constellation it should show Vincent altar. Just need to add a few things on top. Like this. And there we go. When I added the structure, it shows the crystal here. It's not really there. It's actually, you can go through it, but it shows you the thing is done. You also are going to need the spectral relays around it, depending on what you're crafting, as you can see. And here on this slot is where we put our other attuned crystal, for example here. So I can put it there. It, depending on the recipe, is going to ask for a different crystal. Anyways, on the next episode, I'm gonna get the materials for the mineral stars, and we get back to exploring the Twilight Forest. I actually need a few things there to actually mine the ore here that we can transmute now. So anyways, if you liked the episode, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to. You can always undo it if you don't. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye bye.